and welcome back to Crochet Delight. I'm Barbara, and welcome back for another installment of Hot Off the Hook Friday. Now, for those of you who are just joining in for Hot Off the Hook Friday, if you haven't been here before, Hot Off the Hook Friday is not just a place for me to show you guys what I've made. It's a place for you guys to show what you've made. So, with that being said, if you want to join in on Hot Off the Hook Friday at any point in time, send a picture with a description to the email in the description box below, and that's that. So, today I have quite a bit for you guys. You know I've been sick, so I'm still a little stuffy, still not feeling that well. I've been very drained of energy, but it's getting better. And I've just been trying to get up and crochet and make yarn quite a bit this week. I have a sweater to show you. I've got some toys. I've got some yarn. I've even got yarn swatches. And they're very small swatches except for one of them, because they were samples that were given way back when I had ordered some roving. But I hope you guys enjoy today's video. So let's get started, shall we? Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is the sweater. This is the sweater that I've been designing, and it took quite a while. You guys don't see that many patterns for Tunisian crochet, especially in the shape of a garment. I mean, there are a lot of Tunisian crochets out there, but it's mostly for pillows and just little swatches, and that's it. You guys will see the pattern for how to make this cable that runs right here and here. I don't know if it's showing up that well on camera for you guys. I can see the sweater itself, but right now I can't see the pattern that's on it. But I wanted to make a V-neck, and I wanted to make it a pullover. And in the stitch, you guys are going to see how to make the knit stitch, which is the stitch that I use for the sleeves and for on the side. So, not only is this pattern going to show you how to make the cable stitch, but you're going to learn a new stitch. And then later on there's going to be another tutorial that will show you guys a comparison between the Tunisian simple stitch and the Tunisian knit stitch. And I'm going to be showing you increases and how to decrease. I'm going to show you two different ways to increase and one way to decrease. Sorry, my throat's a little sore. I am going to tell you guys now, in the video where I show you guys how to do the increases and a decrease, there is one method of increasing that I prefer with Tunisian crochet, and that is because it does not make it look crappy. There is a way to increase with Tunisian crochet that on one side of your work will make it look nice and neat, but on the other side it'll make it look like you're missing a stitch. It'll make it look like there's a nice big gap, and I don't like that. So I show you two different ways how to increase. But this is the sweater that I was designing. I am tempted to make another one in a different color, but for now I'm going to stick to what I've been making all week, which is stuffed animals, and I'll be showing you guys those about after the swatches and the yarn. I think I'll save the stuffed animals for last because I've got a couple of them, but I've got more yarn swatches for you. So, let me show you those. Alright, so onto the yarn swatches. This one is one of my favorites. It is called Moonstone, and it is 50% merino, 25% baby alpaca, 12.5% bamboo silk, and 12.5% mulberry silk. And it's a gray, but it's got some beautiful blues in it. So, hold it up nice and close. Hope you guys can see that. But you guys can really see the pops of blue in there, and that is the mulberry silk. I believe the bamboo silk is the white that's in this. I honestly can't remember, but this is Moonstone and I love it. It was very fun to spin up. Now the rest of these were all little samples of roving that I was given when I ordered Moonstone and the rest of this one. And this one is Starling. It is 75% merino and 25% mulberry silk. I love this one. It's got little, very subtle pops of like a green, but it's a very pretty green. And it's got, I want to say that's fuchsia, but this is it. This is all I had spun up left. So let's see if I can get that up there. You guys have seen this before. Don't know if you guys could have seen that, but I know you guys have seen Starling before in one of my previous videos where I show you it in the actual hank. And I might still have some in my bucket of yarn, which is right here. I keep my yarn close by for when I make some. Now this one is River Rock. It is 75% merino, 12.5% sari silk, and 12.5 tessa silk. And again, it's another small swatch, but it's very beautiful. It's got very little pops of deep, deep brown. It's got a lot of gray, some tan, and every now and then you can see a little pop of something else, like right over here. I don't think you guys can see it. There's blue and there's a little pop of green, not much. It's very subtle, and it is a very soft yarn. All of these are. Now this one I cannot pronounce, but I will show you guys what it is and tell you what's in it. It is 37.5% blue-faced Leicester, 37.5% Shetland, and 25% Manx. So that's what it is, and this is the color. It kind of reminds me of bricks. So it has that very red yet orangey look to it. That's just what it reminds me of, is a brick. But I think it's very pretty. It's a little coarse, not bad, but well, it doesn't have any silk in it, so of course it's going to be a little coarse, but I think the Manx is what's making it a little coarse, because I know from when I carded my own Manx from my fiber kit this month, it made my yarn a little coarse. And it made it a little scratchy, and yeah. This one my mom's going to hate. This is called Peacocky, and it is 75% merino and 25% mulberry silk. She's gonna hate this because she hates green, but this has purple, very dark royal blue. It's got some fuchsia in it, different shades of green, so I actually think this is a very pretty green. So I hope you guys can see that. I'll turn the other side over because you might be able to see some of the pops of color a little better. But I really like this one. I thought this one was very fun to spin because I didn't know at all how it would spin up because it just had so many colors in it. Well, that's it for swatches, but now it's on to actual yarn. So I have a mini hank here because the big hank I just left on my niddy on my niddy noddy. It's a fun word to say, but sometimes it gets you. But yeah, I just left the big hank on my niddy noddy because I haven't set the twist yet. But this is so far my favorite yarn that I've made. I do not know what to call it, but I do know that I'm making this my signature color blend. It is 25% superwash merino, 25% merino, 25% cordell, and 25% black alpaca. And there's a whole bunch of colors in here, and it just blends so well. And as I was making the singles, I loved how they looked, and then I loved it even more when I saw it plying. There's a spot here where it's a mix of everything, but it looks like it was meant to be that way, and it didn't just happen that way. So let's see if I can get that. I can't tell at all if my camera is picking up any of these colors because I'm just seeing like a gray blob. But it is very pretty. It's got black running all through it. It's got white running all through it. Then it's got a very subtle pink that runs all through it. That's the merino. And then it's got every now and then like a blue, like a delphinium blue almost, with a very beautiful and stunning purple. And that is the cordell. And I just really love it. I cannot think of a name for it at all. So I will not be letting go of it until I think of a name for it. And that's that. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is stuffed animals. And this is the last little bit for Hot Off the Hook Friday today. I made 2 stuffed animals. You guys saw one last week. You're going to see 2 of them this week. And I think you guys are going to like them as much as I do. This one is a little camouflage bear. Sorry, my throat's really bothering me today. The camouflage bear was pretty easy to make. I experimented and did the ears a little different so that I could get them a little more round. It's got a different bow from the last one, and I just did yellow eyes instead of blue ones. The other one was a blue-eyed gal, and yeah, there it is. A fun little project to make. And the next stuffed animal, I'm making another one because I don't like how these stitches worked up. So I want to try and fix that. And I will. This one's a big one. It's a llama. But you probably can't see it, but you can see a little bit right here how the loops aren't bold like up on the ears. Up on the ears and the little tail, I've reworked the pattern a bit and I like that a lot better, so I'm doing it that way for another one. But for now, this took an entire skein of scarfy yarn, which, by the way, is what I used for my sweater. I forgot to mention that. I used about 4 balls of the scarfy yarn for the sweater and 1 entire ball of scarfy yarn for this little guy. The sweater was the black and burgundy, and this is the silver and mint. So, I think this guy is adorable, and I love the little bow that's on him. I think the bow kind of brings him to life a little bit, more so than what the pattern wanted me to do, which was put a blanket on it. But I had a lot of fun making this. It was a new stitch to me, so don't be surprised if you guys see a tutorial on how to make the loop stitch eventually. I'm not going to promise it anytime soon, but I might do a tutorial on how to make the fur for a little animal. But I gave him brown eyes. I don't think you guys can see it that well, but look how fluffy his ears are. So I had a lot of fun making these toys and making everything. I hope you guys enjoyed today's installment of Hot Off the Hook Friday. I'm sorry I'm not a little more upbeat. I am pretty much drained of energy, even though at the time of filming this, I had just woken up. But you guys are going to see it hours and hours later. So, yeah. I try to have energy to do this, but today I just don't have that much energy. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed something that I made here. If not, hopefully next time there'll be something better. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. So, have a delightful day, stay warm, and happy hooking, everyone! And just like always, if I talk too much, this little thing doesn't want to work. Is it gonna work now? I don't think it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Alright. Have a delightful day, everyone, and happy hooking.